Hello Mavis, thanks for coming to see me today. I understand you'd like to complete a benefit check.
Yes, please.
Okay, is it okay if I ask you some personal questions about your circumstances and finances?
Yes, that's fine.
Okay, then let's get started. We're going to use our Listen Grow benefit check to work out any benefits that you might be entitled to. Okay, so is it okay if I call you Mavis?
Yes, that's fine.
Thank you. So Mavis, do you live with a partner or do you live alone?
No, I live on my own. I've never been married.
Okay. So what's your date of birth?
It's the 1st of March, 1940.
Thank you. Okay, so do you rent your property from us or do you own it?
No, I own my property. I'm a leaseholder.
So I'm just going to change this to show that you're an owner-occupier. Now, have you adopted anybody lately?
No, I've adopted a dog, but no children.
Okay. Do you have any sickness or disability at all?
Well, I've got some arthritis. It's pretty much everywhere now. And I'm told my memory isn't as good as it once was.
Okay, but is there anything in payment at the moment?
No, I don't get anything to pay for it.
Not applied for any benefits. Okay, well, we'll address that later, so we'll come back to that. But for now, I'll just say that yes, you have some disability. So I take it you're not working at all?
No, not working.
Okay, do you have any dependent children at home?
No, there's just me.
And you live in England?
I do.
Have you been registered blind or partially sighted?
No, I wear glasses, but it's not as bad as that.
Okay. Do you have any savings or capital at all?
I think around about 4,000.
£4,000?
Yeah.
Okay, have you included all accounts like premium bonds, stocks and shares, things like that?
I've only got one bank account, so it's all in the same place.
Okay, so just for your information, anything under £10,000 won't make any difference to any means tested calculation that we do. Okay, so your disabilities, are they anything to do with serving in the armed forces?
No.
Are they anything to do with work?
No.
No? And you're not an inpatient in hospital at the moment, obviously?
No.
Okay. So as we said, you don't actually receive any disability benefits in payment at the moment. So I'm just going to mark this question because we're going to run two scenarios. One as you are now and one looking at what difference it would make if you were to receive a disability benefit. So
Okay.
I'm just going to put this mark here. Right then, so nobody shares the household with you, no non-dependents or boarders living with you?
No, it's only a one-bedroom flat.
Okay. And you said you weren't married before, so no spousal maintenance for any previous relationships?
No.
No? Okay. And do you provide care to anybody else who receives a disability benefit?
No.
Just yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So state retirement pension for you then, Mavis, just looking at your income, how much is that?
I think it's £135.
And that's per week?
It is, yes.
That's good. Now then, you said you weren't married before, so you're not a widow?
I'm not, no.
Okay. Do you receive any occupational or works pensions from previous employment?
No, I've never paid into a works pension. I've just got my state pension.
Okay. So no other income from any other source, no trust funds or equity release schemes or anything like that?
No.
No? Okay. So that's just the £135 in state pension that you receive. Now then, as a homeowner with Anchor Hanover, do you have service charges?
Yes, I pay by direct debit. I think it's about £150 per month.
£150 per calendar month. Let me just change the frequency here. Okay. Now, service charges. The DWP will help you with service charges. Are they aware that you pay a service charge?
I don't think so. I've had pension credit since before I moved here.
Okay, so that's something we need to address. Now, the DWP will help with service charges, but not necessarily all £150 of them. They would remove anything that they can construe to be support charges or some of the estate manager costs, the local manager's costs. So we'll leave the £150 in there because that's the absolute maximum they could help you with, just to make sure that we're covering everything that's possible. Okay, but we would probably expect more like 50% of the service charge to be covered. Is that okay?
Yes, that's fine. Thank you.
So no fuel costs within your rent. Do you have a ground rent to pay?
No.
No? Okay. So at this moment in time, as a single person without a disability benefit in place, the government considers you need at least £167.25 per week to live on. I'll just show you this. So £167.25. Housing costs work out for £150 per calendar month of service charge, work out to be £34.61. So that's the maximum housing cost that could be supported by the DWP. This gives you a total of £201.86 as the amount the government says you need to live on in your circumstances. As your income is £135, this means that you could potentially be entitled to up to £66.86 per week in pension credit guarantee. How much do you receive at the moment, Mavis?
It's just over £30 a week.
Okay, so I think that clearly indicates that they're not aware that you have service charges, and we need to address that. So we'll tell you how to do that when we come to the end of the calculation. Okay, so savings credit, pension savings credit. Unfortunately, you're not entitled to that because your income doesn't meet the savings credit threshold. Are you liable to pay the council tax?
Well, I don't actually pay any council tax because of the pension credit, I think, but it's around about £1,000.
Okay, let's just put the figure in. And yes, you're right. If you are entitled to pension credit guarantee, you shouldn't actually have to pay any council tax at all. You should get full reduction. But I'll put the £1,000 in, and I'll just change the frequency here from weekly to yearly. And as we can see, that works out on a weekly basis that your council tax charge is £19.12, and you would indeed receive full council tax reduction of £19.12 each week. You wouldn't have to pay anything at all. Okay, are there any loans or mortgages outstanding on your property?
No, I own the property outright. You
do? Okay, that's good. And so, no, we don't have to worry about mortgage protection policy because you've paid it outright. So now, just as we summarise, you should be entitled to a maximum of £66.86 in guaranteed credit. That will be dependent on the percentage of the service charge allowed by the DWP. No pension savings credit because your income isn't quite high enough, but you would receive then £19.12 in council tax reduction, which would give you a total means tested amount of benefit of £85.98 per week. Okay. Do you receive any charitable or voluntary income at all?
No, not that I know of.
Okay. And the mobility component of a disability benefit doesn't apply to you because as you're over state pension age, that attendance allowance doesn't have a mobility element. Okay, so a summary of your total income is as follows. So you have £135 in state pension, £85.98 potentially in means tested benefits, which gives you a total income of £220.98. Now your housing costs, so your service charges and your council tax, come to £53.73. Once they're paid, that should leave you with £167.25 per week to live on. Okay. So by virtue of having pension credit guarantee, you should also be entitled to free dental treatment, free prescriptions, free sight tests, and help with the costs going backwards and forwards to hospital, so transport costs. So let me just take you down here. So what we're going to do now, Mavis, is we need to advise you how to contact the DWP to advise them that you have that you pay service charges. So you need to get hold of the DWP or contact them by phone, and you need to provide them with a copy of the detailed breakdown of your service charge. That will enable the DWP to determine what percentage they can support and how much your pension credit will be increased by. Okay. We're also now going to look to see what the situation would be if you were to be entitled to an attendance allowance. So I'm just going to go back to that mark that we put in the programme, and we're going to go back to the attendance allowance area, and we're going to just give you the lowest level of attendance allowance for now, because we don't know really what you might be entitled to at the moment. So we're going to assume you're entitled to £58.70. And we're going to update the programme. Okay, I'm also going to assume, Mavis, as you live alone, that no one's going to claim carers allowance for you.
No, I look after myself.
Okay, so that's a no. Now, if you were to be successful in claiming attendance allowance at either level, and you live alone, and no one claims carers allowance for you, then the government would add a severe disability premium to the calculation for pension credit. Okay, so this is an extra £65.85 in addition to the £167.25 that they say is the minimum you need to live on, plus your housing costs. Now, this now means that the government says that you need £267.71 a week to live on. As your income is still only £135, this means that your pension credit could possibly be £132.71.
That's a lot of money.
And that's per week. So that's good news. So that would increase your means tested benefits to £151.83. And it would mean that if you were to have a successful claim for attendance allowance, you advise the DWP of your service charges, that you could end up with £291.80 to live on once your housing costs are paid.
Wow.
So I'm just going to show you the difference here. We have a what if report. So I'm just going to show that to you. And this is the difference between having your current circumstances with the DWP including your service charges to the situation if you were to be successful with an attendance allowance. As you can see, Mavis, if you had attendance allowance in place, you would be £124.55 per week better off than you currently are.
That's definitely worth applying for then, isn't it?
Okay, so the next thing you need to do is contact the BeWise team, as they can help you to make an application for attendance allowance. Their number is 0800 023 4477. Thank you for coming to see me today.
No problem. Thank you for all your help, Megan.